that is called NAV.
Okay.
They help you into getting job if you lose your job. Or
Okay.
if you're new here, you have done language and you cannot get in, you can contact them and NAV will help you into finding a job. Even here in Norway, if you get sick, that you cannot work, you will be paid salary. But in my country, you will not. If you are sick for a long time, they fire you. Here, you can never be fired because you are sick. The NAV will pay you salary. And if you lose your job, you will still be paid until you get another one.
Wow, that is priceless.
For me, I say I'm living dreams our ancestors wanted us to live.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is Emmanuel Samuel Studios, and today I'm here with my sister, Adventures of Judy. So her name is Judy. She's a Kenyan, but she's living in Norway for quite some years now, and she's going to give us all the details that we want to know about Norway. And it's going to be fun because it's coming from a first-person perspective, someone who has actually experienced the life in Norway. So if you're interested, stay tuned. We're going to talk and discuss about a lot today. Right, Judy. I'll just give you the chance to introduce yourself as much as you can, and maybe just give us your journey coming to Norway and how it's been so far. Anything that you really feel comfortable to share with my audience. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for this interview. My name's Judy Acheng Rimstad. Rimstad is a surname from my husband, but previously I was Otieno. Okay. And me moving here to Norway is through marriage. I met a Norwegian man on social media on a dating site called Afro Introduction. Okay. And there is where we chatted like 2-3 months. Then he came to Kenya. That was 2014 in March. Okay. And then he visited me, and then we got to know each other. We dated long distance for over 1 year. Then he proposed, and then he came to Kenya with his family, and we had a wedding in 2015. That is August of 8th. So soon next week. Yeah, we are celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary.
10th anniversary. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is a big achievement. To be very honest with you, that is a huge achievement. Being married for 10 years in this modern era is not easy. You've done so well. Congratulations, Judy.
Thank you. But time went so fast that I don't even feel like it's been 10 years.
Yes. Looks like just yesterday.
Yeah, time went so fast. Like I cannot believe. Probably I've been so busy. I've really been so busy. Yes. So once we got married in Nairobi, he wanted me to move to come to Norway and visit and see, because before we have not made this decision for getting a visa, because visa to Norway is not easy to get. It's really not easy. So after we got married, I applied for a visiting visa to Norway and I was denied.
Oh.
Yeah, they said they did not find enough reason that will make me come back to Kenya after my visit. So then my husband was adamant, and he works in the sea, that is offshore. So his job can allow him to live in most European countries. So he decided to move to the neighboring country, which is Sweden. And then from there, I applied for a European family member visa, which I was given within 1 month of being denied Norwegian visa.
Oh.
Yeah. So he had been planning all this before I even applied for the Norwegian visa, because we knew that maybe I could not get Norwegian visa.
Yeah. Yeah. So you had your plan B.
Yeah, so he just got an apartment and he registered, because you have to register if you're living in a country. And then he got a letter. Then all the documents he had, he sent them to me, and then I applied the visa with that. Right. So then I moved to Sweden. So our aim was to, while we were living in Sweden, we were to apply for reunification visa, family reunification visa to Norway, and then I just did that. So while I was in Sweden, I also wanted to work, because while I lived in Kenya, it was I had these work jobs which were low-paying salary. Back
Yes.
at home, I
Yes.
had a job that was paying $100 US per month.
I know. It's everywhere in Africa.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's our life back at home.
Yeah.
So when I moved, all I wanted was to work. So I just decided with caring for people. There was a lady I met on a nanny website where I was helping her with a child, and then I posted on a Facebook group in Sweden that I was looking for housekeeping jobs, like I could come to clean your house and you pay me something small. That is when I was waiting for my card, residence card in Sweden, because it also takes time. It takes about 2 to 3 months to get it. So while you are doing that, you cannot legally work like a job where you're paid, but you can do these jobs which are limited amount of money you're paid. So I did that. Then fortunately, I received my residence permit so quickly. And then one day I was just walking on the street. This lady, a Nigerian lady, just came to me and started talking to me. And she just thought that I was a Kenyan because we have an identity which we don't know. Kenyans or East Africa people.
Your accent, your face, it gives you out easily.
Our forehead tells our story so quickly. So then she told me, I think you're from Kenya and I have Kenyan friends. And I told her, thank you. I just moved here. I don't know anyone and it's nice. And then she introduced me to them, and them, now including this lady, they had worked in a hotel. I told them I was looking for a job. And then they introduced me to a hotel they had worked in for. And then they just called the boss, and the boss just called me, are you ready to come to work? And there was no interview, nothing. They just trained me. So one thing with abroad, Europe here, you have to know people to come to work. You really, really have to know. You cannot just walk in and you get a job. But if somebody who has worked there refers you, there is a trust there.
Easy, So
I worked in Sweden in a hotel cleaning rooms for a little less than 2 years. Then I got my reunification was approved, and then so we decided to move to Norway because that was the plan. So we moved to Norway in 2018, and at the same time we started expanding our family. We wanted to have children as well.
Right. So you've been in Norway from 2018, so that's about 7 years now.
Yes, and I recently got a citizenship, which makes me so happy.
Congratulations again. No, that is very nice. Nice.
I'm quite happy that I was denied visa in the first place before, because then I moved to Sweden, then I worked, because in Sweden I did not need to learn any language.
Okay.
Yeah, I just decided I did not learn any Swedish when I started. I learned Swedish later on after 1 year. But because in Sweden, people speak English, even here in Norway, but in Sweden, they're not so strict that you must learn the Swedish for you to even work these unskilled jobs. But in Norway, it's different. So if I would have moved to Norway, I would have not gone to job immediately, because it took me time before I could start working in Norway. I had to learn the language until B1 level. So then I was happy. I moved to Sweden, and then I work in Sweden. And then I helped my mother build a retirement home that she lived in now, which is quite a modern house in the village countryside. And I am so happy I did that, because if I moved to Norway, I would have not done that really in a time.
No, that is good. That is an amazing journey, to be very honest. That is a very good story. At least, some negative things came in, but you actually used them and made it positive,
sometimes we think the door is closed, but it's just the window closed for the door to open for you.
Yes. And that is good. That is how actually we're supposed to live the life. If the door closes today, you need to find another means, to open another door. That is very good. That is an amazing story. Thanks so much for sharing. Not everyone will be very comfortable opening up. That is a good, to encourage people who are traveling abroad. It's not always easy.
It's not
not
easy.
always easy. No, it's not always easy, but it's worth it. That's what I tell people. It's worth it at the end of the day. So
it's worth it.
Yeah. Right. So now you've been in Norway for 7 years. So let's talk about Norway. The weather.
The weather in Norway is not so nice.
Yes.
If I am being honest, especially for us who come to Africa, it's always hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, our country is it's always hot. But here in Norway, I will say, if I'm being honest from my experience, it's like we have 8 months of winter.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
And then we have summer, and that summer, it's not like the summer they are talking about in southern European countries.
Yes. Yes.
It might be raining. It can rain the whole summer.
I know. It's just like the UK. You can have like 4 different weathers in a day. It will rain, 30 minutes sunshine.
That is Norway, absolutely. You can wake up in the morning, it's raining, then probably it's too much wind, and then in the evening we end up with sun.
Yeah. I know. So I heard the winter there can be very cold and
it's dark also. It's very dark. We normally in December it's so dark, like the street lights are always on.
Right.
The daylights can be 4 hours or not so much. In December, it's the most darkest, and it's very depressing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, for people, if you don't have a family, like especially immigrants, if your husband is same from your country and the children, it means you do not have family from both sides here.
Yeah.
It's really it's a tough time.
It is. And
you have people to visit. You have no people to communicate with in physical.
Yeah. Everyone is basically in their house. I think it's a very important thing to consider if you're trying to relocate to countries like Norway and Sweden. You need to really consider the weather. If you're someone who has issues with their mood, or you need to be like very considerate about these things, because so that you don't have mental issues, or challenges when you relocate, because the most important.
If you check on the SUCIDE rate in Scandinavia, it's so high, yet the standard of living is very high.
Yes.
But people are still unaliving themselves here. So this topic, people should really know why, because imagine you have everything you wanted in life, but you still deciding, no, I don't want. It's the winter, it's the weather, and lack of vitamin D in our body. And then you are constantly inside, you're not meeting people, and human being was not created to
isolate themselves. It's a very important and a very touching or delicate topic. So I think people should be very aware of that and take that into consideration. Right. So let's talk about the standard of living in general and the salaries. So how is the standard of living like, and is the pay any good, compared to the living?
Norway, the government decides the salary. You cannot, manager or the owner of the business cannot just sit down and say, I'm going to pay you this. No, there is a standard, there is a place where you have to look. And this salary depends with the experience you have. And also there is unskilled and skilled salary. Like for me, when I came here, after I was done with the language, I went to school. I did healthcare course, which was 2 years. Then because I wanted to go further in nursing, and nursing in Norway is it's only bachelor. You cannot be a nurse in Norway without a bachelor. So then after the 2 years course, then I decided to take a 1 year. It's English, they call it like bridging skills.
Yes.
For you to be able to go to the university. So in the meantime, I've been working on a unskilled salary.
Okay.
So I do the same job my co-worker do, but they get skilled salary because they have gotten a certificate and everything, but me, I've not gotten yet. So we have two different types of salary, and it's the government who decides on this salary.
Okay.
So the minimum salary depends from place to place. Like a cleaner can be given like 220 Norwegian krone. That is like it's like 18 to 20 US dollar per hour.
Okay.
Yeah. So the standard of living in Norway is very high, and the system has made it that people live like almost equal life here. They are no poor, they are not so rich.
Okay. Yes.
You will go out, see people driving Lamborghini and show off. Like it's a society where people do not like to show off.
Yes.
You can go to a restaurant with a billionaire and you don't know that they're a billionaire.
The billionaire, yes.
Same clothes you're wearing, and they are eating the same thing you're eating. They go to the same shop, grocery like you. So you can never tell who is rich here.
And who is poor.
And you can never tell who is poor because everybody shop at the same place. So that is why the government said to eradicate poverty, or instead of making one a certain group very rich and a certain group very poor. So there is something called social, we have like a social help that is called NAV. They help you into getting job if you lose your job. Or if you're new here, you have done language and you cannot get in, you can contact them and NAV will help you into finding a job. And every job, even a cleaning in the supermarket, cleaning at the hospitals, the salary, you will live a quality life just like a manager who is working there.
Yes.
You can afford to pay your rent, you can afford to drive, you can afford to eat, you can afford to shop where everybody's shopping. So the salary is
yeah, that's I think that's basically what everybody wants, that the money you receive can take care of your basic needs, can take care of your basic needs. I do understand what you mean. Yeah.
Only one thing people complain about is the tax. They say the tax is high. The tax is high, yes, but the tax is taking care of us.
Yes.
For example, if I compare with my country here, if I fall sick, God forbid, disease that is very life-threatening, I will not pay anything. But in my country, Kenya, if you have cancer or anything, it's like the family everybody have to come and help. Yeah. So you see the difference.
Yeah. No, I've been complaining about taxing in the UK as well. I think it's just we are not used to high taxes back in our countries. So when we come to Europe and they tax so much, we complain. But at the end of the day, healthcare is free. Like in the UK, they provide free healthcare. There is buses around. Even where I live, we don't pay water bill and stuff like that. So that's what they taxing us for. And at the end of the day, it's good because the tax is working. It's working for us.
And even here in Norway, if you get sick, that you cannot work, you will be paid salary. But in my country, you will not. If you are sick for a long time, they fire you. Here, you can never be fired because you are sick. The NAV will pay you salary. And if you lose your job, you will still be paid until you get another one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right. But see, people like to get to work because if you can't stay home all the time because of the nature of the weather and the depression. So even if you lose the job, you still and you still get paid, but you still be fighting to get something to do. Yeah.
And then maternity, like I have both my babies here, my children here. So you are entitled to 1 year leave, which is fully paid, and it's paid
the entire 1 year.
Yes. And if you are not working like me, I had them before I started working here. There's a wholesome money you are paid at once. It's a lot of money.
Right?
Yeah, it was paid around everything summed up to 70,000 Norwegian money.
That is a huge, like a considerable amount of money.
Now it's gonna even a lot higher because of the living standard.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
if
that
you're
is
working,
no.
and if
I
you're
think
working, you get salary, and then this leave you can divide it with your spouse. Especially men, they agree with the wife. The wife can be home until the baby is like 7 months, and then the husband takes over.
yes.
Then the mother goes back to work, and then the father stays
And the
with the baby.
husband was also
Yeah.
right. Oh, that is very good, because in UK you don't get it like that. Even for the women in the like national health, or they would have fewer months of maternity leave, and the fathers really don't really get like a few weeks.
I hear it's 50-50. You can even decide, both of them. They just decide, they're both mother and father. If the father wants 50, the mother wants 50. It's up to them. They decide, and then they write it up before how they want to divide it. But the father must also have, it's like compulsory for the father. So,
Oh, that is very good. That is
which makes it in Norway, fathers are more so into the children's life. Like they take care of the child just like the mother.
Yes.
They
So the burden is not only on the women.
No, it's not only on the women. They're trying to build a society where everybody's involved.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I see, I'm actually thinking of maybe trying to come to Norway at some point.
You can, if you want to. You can move here.
Yeah. The
If
things I've read online.
You can survive the weather in UK, you can survive this weather.
The things I've read online and what I'm hearing from you, it's a society that like everyone would want to live in,
And I live in the countryside. It's so peaceful now. Nobody's even outside.
Very quiet and peaceful environment. I seen you have a lake at the back of your
Yeah,
house.
my view is a sea.
Yeah. Wow, that is priceless.
For me, I say I'm living dreams our ancestors wanted us to live.
Of course, yes. So we've talked about the maternity pay wages, but see, how is the work-life balance like? The stress out.
So in Norway, the work life, we are not here to work to live. Like in the US, if you miss your job, your life can be ruined.
Yes.
You can end up in the streets, but here in Norway, that is not it's the other way. The work balance here has been made good for family, for bringing family together. Like, for example, for me, if we have like 3 shifts in healthcare, we have from 7:30 in the morning until 3 o'clock or 3:30.
Okay.
Then there's another group that is coming that starts working at 3 o'clock until 10 in the evening. And then the night shift takes from 10 o'clock until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Right. So you have the chance to stay home, have some time of day in the house, regardless of the shift you're doing.
Yes, regardless. So children are also the big children from 10 years, I think, from class 1, 2, 3, from class 4, they finish school at 2 o'clock, because for them they can stay at home few hours before the parents. Yes. But my small ones, they are always, once they finish, there is a place called Asafo, where they will stay waiting for the parent to come. So by 3:30 when I'm done, or 3 o'clock, I drive to school, then I pick my child and we come home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, then we also have daycare. Daycare, we don't pay. There's just a small fee for food, just a small fee, but we don't pay like a huge sum of money, so it's free as well.
Right. No,
and they can start as early as possible. My firstborn, because I wanted to go back to school, she started at 9 months at the daycare.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they say in Norway, children are more safe in daycare than even at home.
See, I think I might come to Norway because, like, we work 12-hour shifts. Like, huge 12-hour shifts. It's brutal. And there is no time. Like, imagine if I'm going for a 12-hour shift, and like I have a partner here, my daughter is back home. We still try to bring her, but it's hard because, like, if
Nobody.
she comes in, I do days, she does nights. No, there is nobody, and she can't start school until she's 3 years old. So it's brutal. It's very brutal.
Daycare, just pay for just small money for the food they eat there. That's it. Everything the government covers. And the people working at the daycare, they are professionals. Some have bachelor, some have good education, so they are in safe hands.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
So
that is excellent.
So the work balance here is very, very nice. It's family oriented. I think Norway society is still holding their old tradition also of family should have quality time. Even though you do not have friends, you do not have so many people, but you have nice time. Here you do not need to work 2 jobs to live in Norway. Because also they have made it difficult. If you have another second job, they tax you even so higher for you to stop it.
And stay home. Yeah. No, that is very, it's important.
That behavior.
Yes. So that, I think I'm getting much inclined into coming to Norway. But how is the how does the society receive immigrants? How is this whole societal are immigrants respected and accepted in the community, or is there open racism or stuff like that? Especially from Africa.
Okay, it's a wide topic, this, because Norwegians are very quiet people, very closed people.
Yes.
You will never find them arguing with you. They really avoid it with everything.
Right.
They do not like confrontation. They do not like people speaking too loud. They do not like arrogance. They do not like show off. So this person, and then they do not like people to label them or talk about them. So somebody can hate you, but they will never show you, because they know if we will tell people and they will feel hated.
Yes.
So people, they tend to keep to themselves. So if you follow the law, you abide by the rules, nobody will bother you, even if they do not like. Because I do not want to say there is no racism. That is incorrect.
Yes.
That will be, because that happens everywhere in the world.
Of course.
But if you are not bothering anyone, if you are not in conflict with people, you will live here peacefully, because opportunity here in Norway, you just need the right papers.
Yes.
If you have gone to school, you will get a job.
Yes.
That's the good thing with Europe. If you have gone to school, you have papers they want. Any job you want, you will get. I know my doctor is not a Norwegian, my first doctor, because everybody has a first doctor in Norway.
Okay.
You are assigned to a doctor who the whole family goes to, knows everything about you.
Okay.
So he's a Pakistani and he's doing quite well, and people loves him.
Right.
And the people we have around, we are from different. There are so many Eritreans here and Ethiopians.
Okay.
And they're doing well. So I have not heard of people complaining of race. It's not something which is open that it's happening.
Okay. No,
so
that is
here. Once you follow the rules, you are doing your job, you are in your lane, nobody bothers you.
Yeah. No, that is amazing. That is amazing. I know there are some European countries that people would open. I've personally not encountered something like that since I came to the UK. I've been here almost 3 years. The only thing I would say was there was a day we were trying to do street quiz, street interviews, and anyone you will approach will just they don't want to have a conversation. They don't want to offend you in any way. In case they say something that is offensive, so the moment you try to approach them, they just turn the other way, and they felt it was funny, but I didn't understand why they do that, you see. So,
and also in Norway here, especially if you live in the countryside, everybody knows everybody. It's a small population in Norway. We are about maybe 6 million, if it's too high.
All right.
Yeah, it might be lower than that, or just a little over that. So the people are not so many here, and everybody knows everybody here.
Yes.
So here where I live, they all know me. They know who I'm married to. They know much. So you will not find somebody being in negativity with me, because they know it will come back to my family, who
Yeah.
probably will ask them.
Yes.
And they
Yes.
trying to avoid that. So
Yes.
people just live in harmony and respect each other. Even if they do not like you, they keep it to themselves.
No, that is very good. That is an amazing thing to hear. So though if you're watching us and you're very interested in going to Norway, Jesus, everything Judy has said today is, something like it's first class. It's top. I have said it in my previous videos, most of these things, but they were things that I had researched. They weren't coming from someone who had actually experienced it. And Judy has experienced it and sharing from first person point of view. So we can actually take it with more. So we'll go to talk about the whole process of migration for African or Asian or nurses, midwives, and care assistants. In general, in summary, how is the process like?
Like now in Norway, they are looking for healthcare workers really very much. We have shortage.
Okay.
And the problem is they are not taking direct from Africa, but they are taking from other European countries.
Okay.
If you are an African who lives in Sweden, you can easily move to Norway. We have so many of them who come to work in Norway. They come with agency, and then there are some who have also decided they just want to live here. So they leave the agency and get employed in the community. Okay. And if you are from other European countries, they normally, you must have a bachelor if you are a nurse.
Yes.
And then you take these papers to the it's called NOCUT, the department, and then they check if they are authentic. And then there is a few months of lesson again.
Okay.
In Norway, so they get trained. Some have asked the ones we work with we have from Romania, we have had from Poland, we have also nurses from Ukraine. They got like eight months of training before they could work. And then you also have to study Norwegian language. Norwegian language can be tricky for some people.
Yeah.
But most people have managed it. If they did manage it, they want nurses to have B2 in Norwegian language.
Okay.
Everything like speaking, writing skills, and that.
Yeah.
So if after that, then you will just work. And if you're coming through agency will cover all this. They will make sure you have done the language. They will train you for those 8 months, and then you will get into the system.
Okay.
So people who come with agency are paid more higher than even us who are from
here.
Direct?
Yes.
The agency is the one organizing for their salary with the employer, because the agency, the employer pay the agency first, and it's the agency who pay you first.
Yes. Yeah. Right. That is a very good summary of the whole process. So if you're listening, you can try. I think maybe try with Sweden, because I had the interview with Joy. She did state and made a lot of summary and brief about how to get into Sweden, even if you're from non-EU. So I think the best way or the best route to try from Sweden or any of the neighboring countries.
And before the time I moved to Sweden, it was quite easy to get Swedish visa. Now there is a little bit because of refugees conflict. And the ones who have come in are refusing to integrate well with the society. So there have been a little politics there. But if I would advise somebody that I know that really want to come here, I would tell them to get in the Sweden system first. They go, they learn the healthcare. It's only 2 years in Sweden. Then work there for 1 year. Then apply with agency and come to Norway. That is doable.
That is excellent. Thanks so much. That is a very good brief of a good route that can be used. So anyone interested in getting to work in Norway, I know there's been a lot of people that's been sending me messages about Norway. Just as Judy said, try with Sweden, and then when you can get into Sweden after a couple of years, it will be very much easier to get into Norway than trying to do it directly from Africa. So that is fine. Thanks so much.
Because now even in Norway there is no free education for outsiders. Before it was free, but now they cut it. It's a lot of. Last time I was checking, tuition fees 80,000 to 400,000 Norwegian krona per year. So that's a lot of money.
That is a lot.
So coming to study, it's like they are closing that gate
as well. Yes. I know with the whole Europe, I think the Europe in general is trying to cut back with immigration because, like I would say, for 5 years ago or 4 years ago, the UK was recruiting like massively. But now to get into the UK, get to your nursing pin or license to work as a nurse in UK, it's extremely hard, and a lot of people are finding it very difficult, are struggling to get. So I think it's just the whole and if you really want to get into Europe at this point in time, then you need to work hard, find the easiest route, like find people to talk to, people who have been here, like Judy. And just so you know, Judy is a YouTuber as well. I forgot to mention earlier. She's a YouTuber and she has amazing content. Please go to her channel and then subscribe. I will leave a link to her channel in the description. Please go on to Adventures of Judy and then please subscribe. Amazing content. And if you want any information about Norway, she would be the best person to give it to you because she's been here for 7 years. 7 years, and she knows a lot about Norway. So I think it's just Europe in general. So if you're trying to get into Europe at this point in time, you need to do a lot of research, do a lot of speaking with people that's in the country that you want to go to, and they can guide you with the easiest and the smartest route that you can use to get into Norway. Thanks a lot, Judy. So my last question or the last topic.
I want just to add the challenges you're going to meet in Norway. If you're planning to come to Norway, number one, be ready for the weather, long winters. Yeah, it's dark in the winter, and in summer it's light outside the whole night.
Yeah.
I live, the sun goes down and it comes already before you go to bed if you don't want to go to bed. It's challenging in the beginning, but afterwards it's doable. You will go to bed knowing the sun is still shining, not like back countries. And then number two, social life. There is zero social life here. You are going to miss home. You are going to miss people to talk to. People here keep to themselves. They are in their houses all the time. And then Norwegians, it takes them many years to be friends with outsiders. Doesn't matter which color you are.
Okay.
You can live here for 10 years without having a Norwegian friend. You can be here 2 years and you have a Norwegian. But for them to call you a friend and say out, this is my friend, they have to really trust you.
Yeah.
Number
I was just chipping in with that because I've been here for almost, I don't have a friend yet. My only friends would be my co-workers and maybe my landlord. Apart from them, there is nobody in the locality that I really, can speak to or talk to or anything. Like it's hard making friends around. Yeah.
Like back in our country, Africa, if you have a birthday, it's a fair. You be ready. If you're moving here, be ready to celebrate that with your children, your husband, and you. With your big cake.
Yeah, I know. Like back in Africa, if you're walking down the streets and you meet someone, you can make friends like that day. That now and then you can be friends and can actually become best friends for a very long period of time. But
until you want.
Yeah. Even here, your co-workers, most of your co-workers, after work, that's it. Like I've met several of my co-workers in town, and You see them in town, it's like they don't know you all. They just give you a
That is
smile and they
Norway.
just
That is Norway, absolutely.
and you'll be like, I know this person, So that the African mentality or the
Yeah.
African way of life
Yeah.
it's opposite here. It's
Yeah.
opposite.
So
Yeah.
also, it's no small talk. See, there is no small talk like as Africans. If I meet you now in person, we will talk like we have known each other forever.
Yes.
Yeah, no, there is nothing
Right.
small talk. See, yeah.
It's just hi, and then you just move on
And you move on. How are you doing? How is your health? There's
yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
And then language can be challenging, especially if you come from a language that is not so close to English. It can take time. Norwegian language is close to English. The way it's written and the way it's spoken, it's a little different because here we speak it the way you see it.
Okay.
But English can have some twist. You see a whole lot of words. You are only saying the 2 or 3 of them, but here you say it the way you see it.
Okay.
But it's written. They have another pronunciation that comes in from here that we don't have in English. That are still giving me challenge. I cannot even pronounce my husband's name right.
Right.
It's a O which we never had in English alphabet. It's like even I cannot say that out.
It's just the way our tongue is.
You get it naturally from the tongue somewhere there.
Yeah.
And then, so that can be challenging. You hear somebody saying "oo," and you are searching for that "oo." You don't see it's "a" with a dot on top of it.
Right. Right.
And then another challenge is if you are an African moving with their children here, you have to learn and relearn a lot. Norway is very known to take children of immigrants away from them because they have the resource for taking care of your child.
Yes.
They have everything to take from you. They will pay somebody a lot of money to take care of your child.
For children.
Yeah, they are very, very known. There is so many cases going on in Hague.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like you must relearn a lot and learn a lot. Like you have to learn how to raise children here.
The African way doesn't work here.
Yeah, we were raised different. Back in my country, we were probably yours as well.
Yeah, of course. I think it's just
you could be whooped and it's normal.
Oh God! Like if not even your parents. See, I don't know where I came from, like where I was raised. If you do something, like someone can meet you in the street and whoop you and bring you home, and your mother will whoop you as well. So it's. I think it's just the entirety of Africa. Everything that's practiced in Kenya is basically very similar to the way it's practiced in
absolutely
everywhere. Yeah, and it doesn't work in the European world at all.
No. So you have to relearn a lot.
Yeah.
And here you're not telling a child that I'm doing this to you. No, you decided to bring them here. You are doing nothing to them.
Yeah.
They can tell you I did not want to be here, so you are doing nothing to me. You brought me here, you must do it to me.
Yes.
That I'm working so hard so you have a good life. No, there's nothing like that.
No.
The government will give them the good life.
Yeah.
The school is free. If you are tired, they will give them to another person and pay that person to take care of them. So you are not doing it for your children.
Yeah.
So that's why most people don't have many children here, because they do not see the need of stressing your life, and they can take them away from you.
Yes, I know. See, and I think it's generally comes. See, back in Africa, when I was growing up, there were people who their parents could not afford to put them in school.
Mm-hmm.
So if your parents try so hard to be able to put you in school, it's a big favor that they're doing for you, because some parents actually had the means, but they didn't help their children to get into school. So if your parents are doing that for you, it was a big favor, a big thing. It's really appreciated. But here, the parent doesn't have to pay for it, or doesn't really have to contribute anything to it. So they basically not doing anything for you in your life, So they have no control over your life or the choices that you make or anything, So it's a whole different way of life. But I think once you get in, you have to tune your mind into relearning, a lot of things so that you don't get in trouble, because you will easily get in trouble if you don't learn.
Oh, you can easily. I've seen a lot here. It's not something just hearsay. I've experienced. Even I know like 3 who their children are taken away, and for you to get the child back, it's a long process. Some they never come back. They come back only when they're 18 years, and probably the child did not have relationship with you, so it's just high. It's not that closeness that would have been there. And also, if you're a man moving here, probably all men in for couples, both African couples, if it's so easy for a man to lose their wife,
right?
Yeah, there's something here like women have been really, what's the
empowered
word? They have really been empowered. Yeah. So when they meet these foreigners, they also want to ask them, does your husband help at home? Do they take the children to bed? Because they tell you everybody at home is equal. There's nobody above the other.
Yes. There's no patriarchy like we do in Africa, where
so
the man is like the lord of the house.
So this woman, things get into her ears, and she's like, why am I the one cooking, cleaning the children, the house alone all the time? He's just sitting there. Then she starts sharing with the co-workers. And then they get into her ears. They tell her, here you can live alone without him if you want to. And then they start giving you the directions, and all of a sudden she wants to get up.
And then that's it.
So if a man is moving here, they have to relearn as well.
Yeah.
If you are used to sitting at home and the food was coming to the dining table, here you have to
go to the kitchen.
You bring the plates at the table if the other one is cooking.
Yeah.
If the other one is in the kitchen, you can help with the children, put the clothes in the machine, and help them with the homework. Like all of you are here around.
Helping each other, which I think I find it to be a very good thing to do, you say, because although it's different how, we were raised, like when I was little, like my mom did work, but my dad did a lot of hard work. My dad was a farmer. He goes to farm very early in the morning, like maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. He comes back home like maybe 8 or 9 p.m. Like he spends about 16 hours in the farm, and they do manual labor in the farm. Weed with the cutlass, spray with thing on the back. So the man is so tired. When he gets home. So the women mostly would do almost everything to keep the house going in order to support the husband. But I think most of African men, we learn that from our parents. And then when we get into Europe, here the woman is working the same number of hours you're working. So you can't apply that same rule here, because it wouldn't work that way, because she is working 12 hours, I'm working 12 hours. So if she's cooking, there's something else that I have to be doing. You understand? In order to support ourselves. So it's a very complicated thing, and it's hard, especially for African men with all our pride.
It's from, like, also in Kenya, it's from tradition, I think, because most women were taking care of the children back at home, and their husband was working, and even until now, I can say in my country, men are still getting more salary than women. So even if the woman was working, she's getting so small salary,
lower,
and it means the husband still taking the care of the home. So the woman always still going to take care of the house.
Yes.
So that is where we are coming from. But once you get here, the salary is just up there. Both of you are getting the same salary. Out. So it's like you just have to learn that you are going to help each other. If you really love each other and want to stick on it, and you're just going to be together in everything you are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always tell African men that if you're coming here, be ready. You're going to change the child as well. You're going to wipe. If you have
Yeah,
never done that, it's new to you, and you will be like, I cannot.
You have to learn. You have to learn. You have to learn. You have no other choice. You have to learn. It's a big thing, but you have to learn. And at the same time, it's good to support the women because life in Europe it's not very easy. It's a whole different world. The weather, it's brutal,
world.
And everything is very different. The way of life is different. So if you leave everything for one person to do it, it's naturally unfair.
They will break. They cannot. Yeah. Then the harsh winter comes and they have forgotten to take vitamin D and they start bipolar and
easily. And that is not the life that anybody would want their family or wife or any to.
So another thing I always tell people who wants to come here to try and as much as you might have not a good relationship back at home, try to follow up social media, try to talk to people, try to watch news from home to not feel lonely. It can be lonely here. And take your vitamin D, eat your fish, eat fish a lot, make fish in the weekly menu. It really helps. And also just go to the gym. Gyms here are not so expensive. It gives you dopamine that helps you to see the next day because winter is so long here. Do not be absorbed into alcohol. Some of our people, some countries in Europe, alcohol is quite cheap. So in winter,
in the UK, it's very cheap and people consume a lot.
Yeah, in Europe, it's expensive, but people still get it, and it can ruin your life because here, if you cannot drive when drunk, and if you drink the whole night and you must drive the children to school the next day, you meet with the police, alcohol blow there, then they take your card away. If it exceeds the limit, you go to prison, and you also get fined. So there must be lifestyle changes. You are coming away from a country where buying alcohol was like luxury back in Africa. Then you find it so cheap here. Then you want to buy it and drink it all the time. It will be
I know.
It will be your life. So I always like to advise people: you can drink, but create a time. Not just do not make it a hobby. It's not good.
No, I do say to people, I've never had alcohol in my life, or smoke or something. So I always tell people the best way is to just avoid it at all because the moment you start, it's hard to stop and it gets going. And if you're not careful, you become a habitual drinker, which can actually affect your life in a very negative way.
In winter, it will depress you because it comes with anger and a lot of stuff. And also, I like to tell my brothers from Africa that in Norway we have a church, but it's tradition. So if you are going to miss going to church here, especially the church is for functions. It's not for a place you go every day. Like now, I cannot go there and find it. Probably it's closed.
Closed, yes.
We have only one church there, and people who work there, they're employed by the community.
Okay.
It's not like someone's church, so you are going to miss church. People who like to go to church on Sunday.
Like in Africa, in Ghana, for instance, there is some churches that people go almost every day. Every day.
Same to my country, Kenya.
Same. Tuesdays, productive days, and people are in church from morning to evening. But you won't find it here. So that is a very good chat, and that is I think if you really want to go to Norway, this is the video you have to watch because everything you need to know, Judy has mentioned it here. But don't forget to go to her channel and subscribe to her channel because if you want more updates and more advice, like she said, that is where you will get the most up-to-date information. And she has amazing content, like I said earlier, amazing content. You will find her link to our channel in the description. Please go there and subscribe. And thanks a lot, Judy, for your time. Like, I've spent about 1 hour with you, and I've known a lot about Norway than I would have known through life for a lot. Thank you so much for opening up and sharing all these nice and amazing advice. I think it's really going to be helpful for anyone, African or not African, who wants to come to Norway. Like, you almost have everything you need to know here. If you want more information, you can contact Judy on her Instagram or on YouTube and have a chat with her. But thanks a lot for honoring this invitation, and I really appreciate it. I hope you will have another one.
Yeah, we can always do it. Just let me know.
Yeah.
I'm always available when I am not working or school.
Okay. I'm actually planning a podcast with a couple of friends.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, a virtual podcast like we've done with this interview, but it might be like 4 to 5 people
where people can share from other Africans from other countries, and we just talk about a topic and we give our views from our experience.
Yes, from where you are. So I think it would be good and it will be very powerful. I will let you know the details when. It's just hard trying to find everyone's free day, to get a common day that everyone will be available. But I'm going to do it. I'll let you know the details after this interview. Guys, wait for that as well.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Have a good day.
Thanks a lot. We'll chat to you after this, okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye.